was the dominant one in her relationship.
I mean, look at her face right there, right? Like, what type of girls especially? I would say women are less likely to want to make up weird looking faces because they just don't want to look unattractive. They don't want to look not hot. I'd say for Liza, she is a perfect example of showing the exact opposite. Like, she comes off so attractive and charming by being so much exactly who she is.
We're gonna be reacting to David Dobrik's videos.
This is Alex. Alex is a subscriber of mine, and he's also the face of the iconic apparel brand, launching next Thursday, September 4th, 2020. Alex, stand up, show yourself. Show the shirt, turn around. This is actually Raina. This is another subscriber. So basically what happened, I interviewed a bunch of my subscribers. 2 of my subscribers had the most inspiring stories to me about becoming who they really are despite any bad weather that came their way. I want to show you Alex's video that I interviewed him on right now.
As a kid, I had cancer, right? So after my treatment and after chemo, which I was very fortunate to have, I was very fortunate to come out of that alive, I sort of, I tried to come back to school and, I tried to make friends. They brought in like sensitivity training. They did all of this stuff. But, I still felt like there was something there, Like there was something keeping me away from them. It was like that moment, it just like broke my heart, because I wasn't doing anything conscious. It was the fact that I didn't have any hair, but the fact that I kept pushing and pushing and wasting so many years of my life just trying to be acceptable. It feels fruitless and you get discouraged and you feel less confident. Honestly, looking back on it, 90% of the time, these social in-groups, they sit around and talking about nothing but what's going on within them. It's not fruitful, and all you can say is, yeah, bro, I feel you. And now that I've started being an individual, a lot of my friends are into like writing stuff, whether it's music or other like articles or books. A lot of my friends are also like healthcare, like into healthcare and stuff. Honestly, some of them just by pure chance. Like I found one of them just taking the SAT, and she introduced me to all of these new friends, and I was like, wow. Even like my current girlfriend, we met at a hospital and where we were both volunteering, and I just asked her out, and that was great. And we're both super passionate about medicine. Through my clear pursuit of my interests and my individuality, consequently, I met a lot of people who were similarly interested in pursuing their own individuality and were confident in their interests. And this helped me like embrace it better and have, I guess, even a greater degree of confidence and a greater alignment with how I am, as a person, definitely.
A very compelling story, something that you could really sink your teeth into. The whole point of this iconic line is when you get this shirt, I want you to kind of see Alex as your spirit animal, somebody that you could be inspired by and see how he lived his life and how he learned to be who he really is, and say, I want to do the same thing for myself. Alex, what do you have to say for yourself?
I have a lot of stuff to say. One of the biggest things that I've noticed with Anthony's work, because I've been a fan for a while, the biggest thing for a person to learn from his content is how to embrace your individuality. And that's kind of what the merch line is about. It's centered on embracing on your individuality, being who you really are, so that you can live the life you want to live.
And meet the people that you want to meet, and get into the right relationships that you want to meet. Oh, by the way, if you want to get an early pre-release of the iconic line, click the link right in the description and you'll get onto the VIP list, VIP, you're a very important person. And basically you'll be able to get some extra perks. Really, you'll get the clothes before anybody else does. You get a chance to get the dishwasher.
I'm here with one of my girlfriends, Liza.
One of them!
Today we're gonna be doing the Try Not to Make Me Laugh.
By the way, pause it anytime you want to pause it too, alright? I'm not just the man that pauses.
The objective of this game is to not laugh and to not spit in the other person's mouth. We're just gonna go ahead and get started. Liza probably already has a
one thing you could see right off the bat is how much they okay. At this point, I think they've been dating for like a while, right? Like a couple years, right?
Did you say mating?
Dating. I said dating.
I don't think you said mating, my friend. This is not National Geographic.
We are studying them, though.
You're not David. You're not David Attenborough. Oh, look at these two YouTubers mating in their natural environment.
In her mouth. I could be wrong, so I'm not sure. Winner wins $100.
$100? Wait, who gets $100?
No, the winner. Stop. Liza, stop. We have to focus because we can't let it get this wet the entire time.
Baby, it's gonna get really wet.
Liza is not scared to look weird. You would expect somebody that is trying to like be attractive to their boy. Basically a normal person. They're not like making crazy weird faces to the person that they're in a relationship with unless they trust that person, unless that person that they met, they knew off the bat that they felt already super duper comfortable. And when you are looking to meet somebody to get into a relationship with, instead of putting on the facade of, look, I'm gonna show how attractive I am, how sexy I am, how much of a woman or man I am. Instead, I think Liza really just focused on, I wanna put exactly who I am out there, and I want to see who connects with that. And so the attractiveness about Liza to David, I would say, is, you know, aside from her like looks, aside from her beauty, is the fact that she is not scared of acting, looking weird, making like really fucked up faces and shit. What do you say?
If you watch like David and Liza's other videos, they don't act any different around like their partners and like the people they're attracted to in terms of like their dating life. When you communicate that like your style of flirting versus trying to be cool and confident, you alienate the people that you want, that are gonna be better for you.
You're hiding the right people, and you're attracting the wrong people.
Yeah, precisely.
Can I get hair? He needs more of it. He's proceeding.
Am I?
No, just a joke. You probably won't use it though because you're a little sensitive. There's something called chapstick. You should try using it sometime.
Good one, Liza. What are you, 7 years old?
They're very okay with making fun of each other. A hallmark of like, I guess, you being able to accept yourself, like, is being able to like self-deprecate, not to like a very large degree, but like in the situation.
I invite people to make fun of me. Make fun of me all you want. Roast the shit out of me. Me and my girlfriend, we roast each other all day long. Roasting is the best, man.
Yeah.
I want friends who will roast the hell out of me, and I could roast the hell out of them.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It looks fun being Batman, but it's not actually fun being Batman. Like, you know how miserable...
Batman can't get roasted.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm good. You roasting me? No, you're stupid, and I will fire you from your
He'll
job.
just beat the living shit out of them.
Precisely.
Basically 4 days after we met, David and I went to a party, and it was our friends Gian and Casey's
Kian
party.
and JC's party. We were hanging out. We were a couple awkward teenagers. So we were kind of looking at each other because we were like, oh, okay, I kind of like her. And she was like, why is he looking at me? We kind of just kept looking at each other until Liza had a brilliant idea to take me up to the rooftop. She's like, hey, you want to come on the roof? It's like a really pretty view. And I'm like, oh my God, she wants to kiss me. Like, that's it.
That's not true.
Why would you invite anybody on the roof?
'Cause I wanted to
I'm like, this is it. I got in the bag. I called my friends. I told them it's happening. We're getting married.
No.
This is where it was confirmed to me that she wanted to kiss me. Because when we got to the rooftop, I'm like, man, this view's not that nice. Why'd she call me up here? And that's when I knew that she wanted to attack my Fire Nation. What? I did for the kiss. Whatever. It happened. I kissed her.
Yeah, she admitted it.
I'm a guy. And then I kissed her, and then we kind of paused, and then we kissed again. This time mutually. Right? Come on.
Basically, we were done kissing after like 30 minutes or something.
It was like 20 seconds.
So I thought this was really cute, right? And I really liked David. After 4 days, kind of really easy.
That's not true, guys watching this. She's so hard.
We're about to go back down into the party, and as he's walking away, I reached down.
Did they only know each other for 4 days before they like kissed for the first time?
I think that's what they're saying.
Their chemistry is like off the wall.
Yeah.
Like in order to make a video where they're both so quick with each other, and it's like you're watching like an improv show when you sit and you watch them. To me, that is because these two are so confident in themselves. And when I mean confident, I don't mean that they're not insecure or they don't get anxious. What I mean is they know what they want, and they're not going to sacrifice what they want for ego. For, oh, I want to get somebody like this. I want to get somebody like this. They know what they want, and when they see it, they move on it. And I'm guessing that, yeah, if they did only know each other for 4 days, put it in the comments, babies, if it's wrong or right. If they did only know each other for 4 days, it is a testament even more to the fact that when you are going for chemistry and when you're looking for chemistry and not just looking for, oh, what will like be impressive to my friends if I date that person. But in other words, what will be impressive to me because I share the same values as that person. I believe that they do. I believe that that is their headspace. You could see that David is not the type that is just trying to hook up with the hottest, coolest, like most popular girl in the world.
No.
Even though Liza is at the time was insanely popular,
Yeah,
but I don't think that's the reason why he was into her. I truly think David does not give a shit.
Precisely.
Which is why, and this is why I love David, I think this is why everybody loves David, his friend group is the people, first of all, his closest friend group are his fucking childhood friends, right?
Yeah.
His videos are Natalie, Ilya, you know, like his close circle, people that he actually values and likes. He doesn't care that, like, Ilya has no following or anything like that.
Yeah.
He loves Ilya. He wants him in his videos because that's who he hangs out with. You could tell that that's the way David is. So when he's going to, you know, look for somebody to be in a relationship with, I think he's going to use those same values. And I think that's why he's so likable, and I think that's why he ends up with the right people.
I'm gonna forget that moment.
When she pulled out the rock, she put them on the table, I go, me too.
You have a rock collection too? Time goes by and David and I have been dating for a couple of months at this point. And David asked me if he can see the rocks that I had. And a couple days after that, I go and check my rock box. I check my rock collection and our rock isn't there.
And then Liza calls me panicking and she's like, David, where's my rock? And then I tell her I lost it.
And I lost my mind. I was really upset that this rock was gone, okay? I thought I was gonna have to drive all the way to GN and KFC's
Kian and
place.
Tracy. And then I calmed her down by saying that the rock is probably somewhere in my room.
Blah, blah, a couple months pass by and now it's Valentine's Day. So David comes over, sits me down, and starts giving me Valentine's Day loving.
No, I gave her a card.
Really, really sweet, adorable card expressing.
Wasn't that sweet.
It was pretty sweet, dude. He also gave me this ring, which is freaking beautiful. It's aesthetically pleasing, is it not? I know how, like, I loved, like, simple jewelry. I like gray and black and white and white. And after he gives me the ring, he tells me he has one more surprise for me, and I'm like, chocolate? By some grace of God, David cleaned his room.
And I ended up finding the rock.
Miracle. So then he tells me to close my eyes and put my hands out. I'm like, okay. Either this is about to get really sexual or he's about to give me the rock. And then he puts the rocks in my hands like this. So then I open my eyes and I look at my hands and they're not there. So I'm like, where's the rocks? And he says, well, why don't you check the other side? So I flip my hands over and check the other side. Oh my God! And at that moment I realized he had put the rock in the ring. This is literally a pebble from Kian and KFC's rooftop. And he took it and made a gold ring out of it as a reminder on my finger that we're in love.
David is the type of person where on the outside, he's very deviant. In other words, he likes joking around, he likes roasting people, he likes making like really crazy videos, but the reason why I think people have a lasting love for him is because underneath they could tell that he's a truly good person that cares for people. That gesture is an example of that.
Yes.
Now there's other people that seem normal on the outside, but on the inside, little psychopaths.
Yeah.
I'm the person that's always really looking for the person with the goodness underneath. Especially when it comes to guys meeting people, especially young men. They're looking to put on a badass, bad boy facade. What's happening is people can't see that good person underneath, so there's really not a balance. And what David's able to do and why he's so charming, and also the same thing with Liza, is they're able to balance their kind of crazy fucked up side and then their really sweet loving side as well. In terms of being a charming person, and I really looked at this a long time, it's all about balance. It's all about balancing two different sides, two different traits, opposing traits. To have more of a deviant side on the outside and then having more of a caring, authentic, like loving side on the inside, I think is the perfect balance.
When and where did we first meet?
We first met.
I'm
reading a prompter back there. We first met at a club. I was grinding on you, and you reached back, slapped my butt. And then
That's how it happened.
No?
No, wrong guy.
Oh, sorry. So we met at a party before VidCon. I walked up to you and asked you how old you were, and you said 18. And then I was like, me too, but I had already turned 19, but I was a predator at the time.
What party was it at?
It was at a party for an app.
Complete the sentence. My boyfriend is...
Huge.
It's getting weird. What's my best friend's name?
getting weird.
No.
My name, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Who's the dominant one in her relationship?
I mean, look at her face right there, right?
It's like-
Like, what type of girls especially. I would say women are less likely to want to make fucked up, weird looking faces because they just don't want to look unattractive. They don't want to look not hot. I'd say for Liza, she is a perfect example of showing the exact opposite. Like, she comes off so attractive and charming by being so much exactly who she is. Not, oh, a little bit, she's like a little weird. No, she's like a freaking ball of just weirdness.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
In fact, I'm going to do a Classic Charm episode in a couple weeks on Liza Koshy. And I'm very excited about that because I haven't done a Classic Charm in a while. And people have been asking about it. And I'm finally feeling that. And this is not to say that Liza is not anxious. It does not get insecure. This is not what I'm saying. Like, Liza is not the most confident, superhuman person in the world. But she is not afraid of taking risks of being exactly who she is, despite maybe feeling insecure or anxious.
She is confident in being 100% herself.
Liza cheated on me. There were 7 guys. 7 guys, and I found them in her bedroom. How's my hair?
Receding.
How is it?
Single.
How is it? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my main channel. I'm here with one of my ex-girlfriends, Liza.
One of them.
Go for it. Take the floor. It's your idea.
Okay.
Today's gonna be a different kind of video. We're gonna be doing the whisper challenge. Now,
Hey, we're not together anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, that was so hard. David and I aren't together anymore. That's cool. What are you doing later? I don't know.
All jokes aside, we are broken up. Liza broke up with me 6 months ago.
Oh, that sucks. Why'd you do that?
Why'd you do that?
I looked at the light for too
Why are you
long.
crying?
Because
It was your idea.
6 months ago, I should have done it earlier.
It wasn't healthy for us to continue to be together for now.
Basically, what we're trying to say is that we're friends and that,
You never know what can happen, but just not now.
yeah. Does it look good?
Now it's a breakup
Oh
video.
my god. I want to go fix it, but I also want it to be authentic. One of us is going through some stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something else.
Come on.
Go. I'm sorry.
I know, but you look normal.
Well,
this is so
I
unfair.
think we know which one of us is going through some stuff.
It's some rough stuff, but not stuff that they can't get through. It's the kind of stuff that I didn't realize Tumblr quotes like, only time can heal, or you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else kind of stuff. I didn't know those were real. They're real. I hate this. This is gonna sound so lame, but I really want to spread love, but I have to have it first, you know? It's like
Yeah, I know.
saying you're gonna spread mayonnaise when you only have mustard.
You need the man.
I need the mayonnaise. I want to spread it. Were you coming at me for a second?
Yeah, I was gonna hug you, but I didn't want it to be too cliche. But we're working on getting the mayonnaise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a really cute
I knew it. Bottom line is, she's the best girl ever. Like, literally I've ever met in my life. I always say this to people. I know, like, online Liza seems like she's like a really nice girl, but like if you get to know her, it's so weird because it's the exact same thing. Like, there is not a bad bone in her body, which is why it's so unfair that she feels not the best sometimes. Oh, go here.
Sorry. I keep getting more wet. I didn't tell my friends for 3 months. And we didn't tell you guys for 6 months. And I'm pregnant for 9 months.
I don't want.
I don't want anybody.
Who do you want?
You
What?
be my best friend.
What are you saying?
What?
See this? This is what I've been dealing with for 6
Yeah.
months.
Totally good.
It is confusing, right? Because first of all, I 100% understand what she's saying. To me, it sounds like, but I have no idea. It sounds like depression. Because when I know somebody's depressed, they truly have to be alone. They truly have to work out how they feel about themselves. And it goes back to talking about when we say confident, like Liza's confident, that might not mean that she is happy with who she is, but at least she wants to put out her true self. And it's so funny how people are different. Like, there's some people that are really bad at putting out their true self, even though they're okay within. And so, I mean, I know everybody's different, but I am really curious as to really what the reason is.
Embracing your individuality doesn't mean that you don't want to change yourself, in the sense that, like, and you never should try to change
improve
yourself.
themselves. I like the word
improve is the better word, because you want to be the most authentic version of yourself, and if that means growing and becoming, you know, and trying to achieve a higher ideal for yourself or for what you can control, and that is the apex of self-improvement. So you could be 100% accepting of yourself, but still getting better.
Word, dude.
Find someone, I just want him to be respectful of that.
Oh, well, yeah.
Liza broke up with me because she felt like we've been kind of distant because we've just been so busy, period.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to admit it, I was feeling that on my side too, but I just don't have the balls to kind of pull the trigger on that and be like, hey, we should take a little bit of a break.
We already felt like we were kind of living like separate lives, which sucked. But neither of us were coming to terms with it. And so I admit it,
You did what?
I decided that we should break up.
Can you believe this?
We didn't want to tell anybody because we just didn't understand what was going on. I think we were both just so angry at the fact that we even distanced in the first place, because I love him and he is my best friend. It sucked.
I just hope and pray everybody just keeps in a positive place between David and I. You guys know how dope David is, and you know how good of a person he is, and he was always good to me. He's always been a good guy to me, and he's always been a freaking amazing best friend and a rock for me, clearly for so long. I don't really cuss online, guys, but David's the shit. You're freaking dope, man.
Now that a lot of people these days, our generation, my generation and your generation, isn't like so attached to older ideals of getting married really early and, you know, women being supported by men and just like that whole thing. People are realizing now it's like you have your entire life to get into a serious long-term relationship. You have your entire life, especially for two people who are super busy, like super hard workers and super famous. It is difficult to keep a relationship going when they are both, they're moving together, but they're also moving separately at the same time in their businesses. And so I completely understand why she felt that way. Could be in the future that they'll get together. I don't see David having more chemistry with anyone except for Liza. Like he has the most chemistry with her. What would you say based on these videos? Like they're just so freaking quick with each other. What do you say? Tell me. What are your thoughts as I check the battery?
This is
what you aspire to.
This is like what, this is like the apex, the ideal.
Yeah.
Well, at least as close as probably humanly possible. I mean, like,
the history books will look back on this relationship.
Yeah, I see how David interacts with other people in his vlogs here and there. Because I mean, I would consider myself a fan, but I don't know that much about him. You know, from what I've seen, he has literally this level of chemistry with very few people.
So do you think they'll get back together?
Well, you'll have to stay tuned for part 2 of this. No, I'm kidding.
I would say 75% chance that they get back together and end up together forever.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 65% chance. What do you say?
I'd say a little higher, because I mean, David Dobrik is very, very, very picky.
That's true.
Extremely.
That's true. But he's not the one that broke up, like Liza, and I'm thinking that I'm not saying that Liza doesn't want to get back with David, but listen, when you're young, dude, it's like it's going to be so easy for them to meet new people. These years that are passing, Liza's going to be meeting people, David's going to be meeting people. Liza might get into a relationship. Who knows? She might be in a relationship right now and she's not telling anybody, right? It's just the chances of them deciding to come back together. It just feels a little unlikely. But I would love for them to. That's why I say like 65.
Yeah.
Give me the truth. 65?
I'd say a little higher,
66.
like 70%.
70.
It's a little higher.
Boy.
He's my best friend, and he's my...
She swore online for me.
I swore online for David. He's my rock, and he's not going anywhere. So suck on that, future girlfriend. This one's mine.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, it's pretty scary.
Liza is my best friend too, and please don't suck on that, future boyfriend.
What?
Why?
Don't.
Rub it in my mouth.
craziest part about all of it is like all the videos we made together, like they were genuinely fun.
Ah, it was so fun.
Like I would see comments and they were like, they're not like this. It's just it was
It was like that.
Yeah.
And better.
beautiful online.
It was.
And it was genuinely the best 2 years of my life, hands down. Like I want to make that clear. The only thing that's different is we're not boyfriend girlfriend anymore.
Yeah.
But we're still best friends.
The point is that we did absolutely nothing to each other to cause a breakup. It's just time right now, and it's healing, and it's growth. We're so young. We're so young. And I know that's like a thing everybody says, and sometimes you disagree with it. You're like, oh, we're so young. What does that mean? It means that we have a lot of growth and development and learning and loving for ourselves to do. And
Liza doesn't even
maybe
have boobs yet.
I don't even have boobs yet, dude. Poor thing. Been putting up with this for 2 years. Yeah. That's all I got.
I kissed her on the cheek right now, but then she'll slap me.
Yeah.
I love you.
I do think that when two people break up, but they still want to be friends with each other, number one, that shows that this relationship is actually built on a good foundation. But number two, I think there needs to be a little bit of like space for like, I would say 6 months to a year to maybe even 2 years before you could actually come back and be truly just friends if you know that you guys never want to actually date again, but still want to know each other. Because I just think that there is an attachment to that person no matter how hard you try. So I do think that there needs to be a good at least 6 months of not even texting each other, just to really learn how to be alone again. So I do think it's important to stay friends, and I think that is a great thing if you want to do so. But I think no matter what, it's not healthy to try to stay friends within that first 6 months, unless you guys are like superhuman emotionally, which is very rare. So that's it for today, everybody. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked Alex. He's a nice guy, and he's also such an inspiration to the world. To me, and hopefully he'll be an inspiration to you. I hope you liked his video and learning about who he is and how he learned to embrace who he really is. Alex, do you have anything to say for yourself?
No. Okay, yeah, I do. Well, as you guys can see, this is like really good merch, top quality, 100%. I don't know, is it 100% cotton? This is not me, obviously, unless I had dramatic plastic surgery that I don't know about a week ago and then got my memory wiped. But anyway, I really like this shirt, and I think it's really good at expressing your individuality. I like my.
You really are my best salesman.
I try. There is no downside to wearing this shirt. I'm being serious.
I want to hear this.
Somebody's gonna see you wearing this on the street, right? They're gonna be like, okay, he has a shirt on with a guy's face. Why is that guy's face on it?
Yeah.
And then they'll see the text. They'll be like, what's with the? They'll come up to you. They'll be like, hey, dude, what's with the shirt? And then you'll be like, oh, this awesome guy named Anthony Resinel. And they'll be like, who's that? And then da-da-da-da-da. Next thing you know, you're partying with David Dobrik and Liza Koshy at the same time. You're very welcome. No, I'm kidding.
I love how you didn't even get into like the story of you on the shirt. I think your story, really honestly, I believe that it will get people to go, yo, this guy fucking battled through cancer, feeling rejected through childhood because of that, and he learned how to come out on top and find who he really wants to be with and find confidence in himself despite all those trials and tribulations. You just, to me, you're like my spirit animal, buddy. That's all I want to say.
Okay, well, first of all, Anthony's
You
awesome.
inspire me to be more myself.
Come on. One thing I like doing is helping people. So if I can help you, the camera, the people, be, you know.
You've got a big shoulder.
Yeah, I know. It's all the
I didn't realize
it's all the push-ups.
It's kind of gross. I'm like, damn, you're a large man.
No, I'm huge. You guys are awesome. I know that each and every one of you is a completely different person, completely unique. And in the end, you should be who you want to be, because like, why would you be anybody else? You're such a special person.
Damn, boy.
And you should 100% love yourself. And with that being said, smash the like button. Okay.
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Yeah, of course.